I had a novel experience at work the other day. It's rare for me to experience new things in my job. Sometimes I think I've seen it all. But this particular day, I walked out into the school parking lot to assist with a child in crisis, and I found a fourth grader sitting on top of her father's Suburban, refusing to come to school. How do you teach a child on the roof? Well, I'm pretty sure they didn't cover that particular topic in any of my methods classes. In order to do it, we've got to get on their roof. We have to reframe our version of success, and we have to reframe our interpretation of their behavior and redefine our version of success. By now, you've probably guessed that I don't work with typical kids. The kids that I work with have generally been traumatized, abused, neglected. They've learned that the world's not a safe place, that adults can't be trusted, and that they must take care of themselves. Unfortunately, we are seeing more and more of these kiddos in all of our classrooms. When I first started my work 6 years ago, I tried to implement the traditional point chart and level system. We think that we can use logic and train them into behaving like Pavlov's dog because that is what they taught us in teacher school. I quickly determined that emotionally traumatized kids, as well as some of our more typical kids, don't respond to behavior modification in a way that we would hope or expect. When they get upset, it makes sense to them to climb on the roof because it's a pretty safe place to be. I moved away from thinking in terms of modifying behavior to really thinking in terms of building relationship and using the idea that kids get what they need, not what they earn. Dr. Bruce Perry, an expert on childhood trauma, said that the core of good teaching is attunement. If a kid can't use their words, they will use behavior, which is signaling to us that they feel afraid or anxious, that they don't trust themselves or the adults in charge. As teachers, it is our job to figure out what that behavior means and what they need. I recently took a class called Place-Based Education. I went into it thinking that I might be able to use some of the concepts of outdoor education presented, but really, what would I want to do outside with a bunch of unruly kids? I came out of it with an entirely different perspective. Place-based education posits that kids learn best when they are connected to their learning. The kids learn best in their place, where things are relevant and meaningful. The place that our struggling kids need to learn most about and connect with first is themselves, and then we can move out from there. I came up with this graphic to illustrate this concept. First, self, then my classroom, then the mainstream environment, then the school, then the community. Dr. Bruce Perry said that the most important property of humankind is the capacity to form and maintain relationship. So how does that help us teach these kids on the roof? My team uses 3 basic strategies to manage my classroom, which at really any given moment has the potential to melt down like a damaged nuclear reactor. When a kid is tantruming, we don't send them to a traditional timeout. Instead, we use a concept called time in, where we stay with them through their dysregulation, help them calm, and return to the group. We build relationship. We use touch. In today's school climate, touch is frowned upon, but it's been proven that touch is needed to survive, and it is healing. So it would be a rare day when you walked into my classroom and did not see a kid being touched, with a hand on the back, head being rubbed, hands being held, even kids sitting on our lap. Sometimes you might even see me holding a kid upside down by their ankles in an attempt to get them ready to learn. We play with kids. We have a time set aside every day that we set it aside for a group activity that focuses on learning in our place. Playing with kids gives everyone a break from the intensity of these academics and a chance to just enjoy each other, to have fun, and to build relationship. My team has integrated this concept of time in, touch, and play into every moment of our school day. We've further incorporated it when giving kids experiences that push them further out into my place-based education circles. We've used adventures in the community to keep on working on self-awareness while giving kids experiences that are meaningful and relevant. We've gone to the police station, the fire department, the Children's Museum, the University of Montana in a blizzard. We have swam, bowled, ice skated, and explored Missoula businesses. We've been left behind by a mountain lion bus. Not good. And we've raised the rats, lots and lots and lots of rats. We fed some of these rats to snakes. We built relationship. In between all of these fun activities that I've mentioned, we have learned. There has been measurable academic growth. With all the relationship building created with time in, touch, and play, we built platforms that some kids have used to get down from the roof. I have one particular kiddo who has demonstrated his growth over the last 2 years. It was a rare day for him to get any work done last year. He came to school, he raged, he hid, he ran, he destroyed things. It was a successful day when he did not get sent home. This year, we've seen his behaviors improved. He started the year refusing to do anything. He didn't believe he could do anything. So he progressed from doing nothing to sometimes being willing to do his work in the quiet of a basement room, behind a mask, hunkered down on the floor. Next, he became willing to sometimes do his work in the classroom, under a table. From there, he was willing to sit at the table, do his work, wearing cardboard armor that he'd created to protect himself from the math demons. Little by little, we saw those defenses disappear. The cardboard armor went away, and he's been willing to do his work seated at the table, crying and rolling around on the floor between every problem. Lately, he gets his pencil, he sits down, and he does his work. Every step along his path of growth, which was paved with time in, touch, and play, has been a success. Next, as we continue to see him grow and mature, I expect that we'll see him move into the academic classroom and be able to learn there. We had to get on his roof. We built relationship, and he has let us help him down. Thank you.